Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin Nelson here on the Linfield Sports Network in the Linfield Sports Network studio with the head coach of Linfield women's basketball, Casey Bunn-Wilson. Coach, thanks for joining us this morning. Let's talk about the assessment of your team. You're 500 on the season, 6-7. We were just saying you've been in so many close games, lost only 2 games by 10 or fewer points, or 10 or more points, pardon me. Just kind of give me the walkthrough of where you feel like your team's at this point in the season.
Well, it's hard. It still feels early, but there's only 6 weeks left.
Right.
So I feel good about where we're at. Like you said, we've only lost 2 games over 10 points, so everything's been really close, and it seems like we're just struggling to get over that hump. Recently we have, which has been successful, but there's still plenty of things for us to work on to continue to improve.
You've kind of got 3 leading scorers on this team, Molly Danielson, Corey Olson, Paige Graham. All 3 of them have kind of shown really great signs in some big games where you've needed an individual to step up and be that leading scorer. Kind of talk about them and the options that you have offensively with those 3.
Yeah, I think they're 3 huge threats for us. It's just none of them have been consistent every game, so it's hard. You never know who's going to show up. You know that one of the 3 or one of the 5 actually that we have are going to. So that's been hard. And then the teams that we've been playing have all been very competitive and tough teams. So matchups and different things, and you know what they're trying to take away versus who's on that night. And so it's hard, but it's a good problem to have that we have 3 and not just one person we're trying to depend on every night.
Okay.
I think that we're very capable of probably 7 deep of going in that route, but yeah, it's just hard because you never know.
Right. Something that's been kind of frustrating for your team this year is turnovers, 21 a game, and maybe that's what's kind of chased you guys out of some games. How do you correct that here in 2018, where your team's 2-1? You got to be looking in a positive direction that way with more conference games coming up.
Yeah, we look at a lot of our close losses and see how many points teams are getting off of our turnovers, and it's alarming. So we're working really hard on that, handling the pressure. You know, a lot of teams have been pressing us, so we've been working a lot on our press break and just staying calm. And it's not necessarily the breaking the press, but it's the mentality of a press and the pressure and containing it and staying composed. And so that's what we've really been working on. And so hopefully we've seen a press so much that we're able to handle it better in the future and games to come. But yeah, that's our biggest focus right now is limiting turnovers.
This Northwest Conference schedule is so tough. You lose the heartbreaker to Willamette in overtime. That one really tough, but now you got Lewis and Clark, Puget Sound after that this weekend coming up. It seems like every game just means so much, especially when your team's in the top 5 now trying to get one of those 4 playoff spots.
Yeah, I mean, this league is tough, and we know that, but it's just been crazy. Everyone's fighting for spots, and there's no weak links in this league this year, and so every night's a battle. And you know, if we do what we are supposed to do and execute the things we're supposed to do, then we should be okay. But it's tough, and you never know. And teams are upsetting teams that haven't in a few years, so it's crazy.
What's something that maybe has surprised you, maybe about your roster or another team in the conference? You just said that, you know, a lot of the top teams are going down to these teams that haven't beaten them in a long time. Puget Sound may be on upset alert with you guys this weekend in McMinnville. Yeah,
I think there's been a lot of surprises, teams beating other teams that haven't, like you said. With my team, I think it's surprising that we're just barely scratching the surface of what we can do, and if we just get over that hump, then I think we'll really surprise a lot of people. But it's getting over that hump that we have to do. But our team has a ton of potential, and you know, we're as big as we've ever been since I've been here, and tall and long and athletic, and we have all the right pieces. We just got to put them together at the end of the games.
Kind of a young core too, Olson and Danielson, both sophomores, so the things really looking up for that group. What adjustments does your team need to make here? You got about 12 games left. You were just saying it's 6 weeks to go in the season. It seems like everything's flown by. Now you get into the core games, Northwest Conference. You got to win most of these. Yeah,
I think the biggest thing for us, like we talked about, is limiting turnovers. And then just capitalizing on our offensive possessions. You know, close in the Willamette game, we couldn't hit a shot, we couldn't make a layup, and that's determined a lot of the outcome. And so just being able to be mentally strong and tough and be able to be ahead in those situations and okay with it and comfortable, not comfortable, but knowing that we should be there instead of surprised that we are. Yeah. So I think it's the mentality and like I said, just getting over that hump.
Cats will head to Portland on Friday night. That tip-off is scheduled for 6 o'clock in Portland against Lewis and Clark. And then coming up on Saturday night, that's kind of late afternoon actually, 4 p.m. at the House of Hustle. Coach, thanks for the time. We'll see you then.
Thank you.